Soul Simmers, my name is Darth Jeswick, and welcome to my channel, and welcome to A Merry Proposal. Today we'll be following the Van Calhoun family as they celebrate Christmas, specifically Anastasia here. If there's one thing you need to know about the Van Calhoun family is that they are incredibly competitive and love Christmas. Anastasia's grandparents, Helen and Vincent, even got married on Christmas Day to upstage their siblings. This competitiveness was even passed on to their son, Chadwick, who proposed to his wife, Aurora, at the family tree lighting of '99. Anastasia, being the career-focused woman that she is, just wanted to find a boyfriend this Christmas. That was it, she told herself. So she went out to the bar, the Shrieking Llama, in determination to find herself someone to be with for Christmas. She even met with her friend Summer Holiday and discussed her plans. And this is where she awkwardly met Colton Sneed on her way to the bathroom. Anastasia and Colton got to talking, and it turns out they have a lot in common. They both live on Christmas tree farms, and it turns out they live just down the road from each other. And even Vladdy Daddy was out and about. Colton and Anastasia ended up going upstairs and having some fun at the little party that was up there. There was a buffet, so they each grabbed some food and some punch before heading home at like 6 a.m. Anastasia didn't live far from the Shrieking Llama, so she just walked home. Upon Anastasia's arrival home, she had discovered that her brother, Caden, had arrived with her sister-in-law, Estrella, and announced that they were having a baby. Anastasia fell asleep, dreaming about how she could outdo her brother, though not really seeing any way to do that, because how can you outdo a pregnancy? The next day, they decided to all go to the Christmas park in Windenburg, right across the street from the Hare and Hedgehog coffee shop. Everyone decided to either go skating or get some hot chocolate, and Estrella and Caden were having a disagreement about something. And Anastasia decided to just mind her own business and invited Colton to come and hang out with her. They skated around for a little while and grabbed a photo at the photo booth. As the sun began to set, they shared a bowl of seafood chowder and learned how to make it. Anastasia was even bold enough to have a first kiss with Colton by the ice sculptures. Colton even asked her out on a date tomorrow at the Hare and Hedgehog. So the whole family returned home and went off to sleep or out to warm themselves by the fire. The next morning, Mr. Wiggles woke up Anastasia, and she made a breakfast for everybody. I think it was a spinach and mushroom quiche or something. I don't know. It looked tasty. And then rushed off to meet Colton at the Hare and Hedgehog. I unfortunately could not get them to sit at the table together, but here's them hanging out with Nancy Landgrab, because why not? They also just shared a quick kiss and a few hugs because, it's a date. They also went back to the Christmas park just for a little while and shared a quick little mistletoe kiss. Anastasia then told Colton how competitive her family was during the holidays and wanted to show her gratitude for him playing along with this. Meanwhile, Colton is fully in love with her and needed no convincing whatsoever. When Anastasia returned home, she had to stop her grandmother from shoveling the front porch because she was exhausted and dangerously tired and didn't want her to die. That would have been horrible on Christmas. That would have ruined it. The following morning, Anastasia woke up early and began making all of the accoutrements for Christmas. The lemon bars, the fudge bars, the pies, the winter cakes, everything that you could imagine for Christmas she made, along with the grand meal. And somehow, between all of this, she even found time to wrap a bunch of presents for everybody. And then she was making some red velvet cupcakes and noticed the cat, Mr. Wiggles, was not feeling good. He had some kind of something going on there. So she and Colton rushed him to the vet. Anastasia signed in Mr. Wiggles, and Colton and her just waited in the waiting room for a little while because the nurses and veterinarians were on call and were not available right away because they were at home with their families. But as soon as they arrived, they got in Mr. Wiggles and rushed him back into the treatment room. Also fitting that this other cat here looks like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. I love that. Not that they're sick, but you know what I mean. Anyway, Mr. Wiggles got taken care of and needed a little shot, so it was no big deal, but he did kind of throw up and get sick a little bit, which Colton did kind of complain about, but he was like, more like, why didn't you clean this up? Like, nurse, like, you're supposed to do your job. I don't know, whatever. Doesn't matter. Anyway, got the shot. It's all good. And Mr. Wiggles is all cured. When they returned home, Anastasia gave Colton her gift. Before they went inside, she gave him the picture from the other day when they went to the photo booth, and they ended up woohooing autonomously on the bear rug in front of the fire. Love that. That's exactly what it was for. And like, nobody caught them, so it wasn't like weird or anything. Everybody was asleep at this point. Everybody was tired. After everyone took a quick nap, Anastasia began preparing the grand meal here, and everybody decided to join her in the kitchen in some way. Even Estrella, who just kind of chatted with her and shared some recipes while she cooked. This is the final assortment. We had a lot of stuff, some seafood chowder, some cookies, some cupcakes, and all that kind of stuff. It was a great Christmas, really. But then the dinner party began, and everybody changed into some kind of fun little outfit, even her grandparents, who dressed up like Santa Claus. Colton and Anastasia even enjoyed some time by the piano before it was time for dinner, and Anastasia just kind of called everybody to the grand meal because it was her dinner. She made everything. I was expecting more people to take the ham dinner, but pretty much everybody just grabbed sweets, which is fine by me, but a lot of people didn't get a great Christmas because of that. Not my problem, though. We had a lot of food. And just as Father Winter was arriving, Colton popped the question in front of her grandparents and her friends. It was beautiful. She had a huge engagement ring. I don't really think you can top being proposed to right in front of Father Winter as he's arriving. Like, even I was a little surprised to see him there. I was like, oh, he's arrived. He's here. And on top of that, he even brought them engagement gifts. He got them the all-in-one PC, which is like a $10,000 computer for Anastasia. And then Father Winter gave Colton a sketch pad, which I think is like $1,000, so not bad for an engagement gift from Father Winter. The rest of the party went off without a hitch, although it was revealed that Estrella wanted the baby to be born on Christmas Day, which is unfortunate for her. Maybe New Year's. Colton and Anastasia then snuck off and woohooed in the hall closet, and then went on a little engagement vacation to Mount Kamarabi to go skiing. Will they both live happily ever after? I guess we'll have to find out. But that is all I have for A Merry Proposal. Thank you all for watching. I hope you all have an amazing holiday, and I'll see you all in the next video. Dag dag!